Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is your girl, Splendora Styles. I hope you all are doing all right today. I'm doing all right today. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who sent me a hug yesterday. I want to say thank you to two of my sisters who came to Atlanta. They so sweet. I really needed their company yesterday. Even though I live in a bubble and I'm pretty cool in my bubble, yesterday I felt like so isolated, so alone, so pushed around, so bullied, you know what I'm saying? And it's not easy for someone to bully me. It's not easy for someone to make me feel that way. Only people that I love and care about have the ability to make me feel that way. All right? The average person, whatever, But and sometimes, it's like the tiniest things that someone can do can set off an argument, can set off a rift within a great relationship. And sometimes, in that transaction, that dynamic, you can say things that you don't mean to say, and it hits the other person, and sometimes you don't know it's hitting the other person because you don't know their background, you don't know their backstory, you don't know how they grew up, you don't know what their insecurities are, but then again, sometimes you might. And that's one thing that tore down my marriage was I would confide in my now ex-husband, praise the Lord on high. I would confide in him, and then when he's angry or when he was high or whatever, he would come back and say the most mean, cruel things that was dear to me, right? And so that kind of like, I wouldn't say scarred me, but it taught me a deep lesson to be mindful of whom I confide in, even if it's somebody with the same DNA, sharing the same roof and bed, you know what I mean? Because as time goes on, you're going to see what people are thinking. You're going to see what they think of you if they don't have the balls to tell you what they think of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I titled today's Toxicity is for a lesson, not for a lifetime. Didn't hear your thoughts. You can't hear a person's thoughts. You can't see a person's thoughts unless they take action, unless they say something or do something. And sometimes, if you're like me, that crap can blindside you because, unfortunately, I view people like myself, okay? I don't have any ulterior motives when it comes to any of my relationships. I want the best for everyone that I'm in any type of relationship with. I want them to make their wildest dreams come true, and God dog it, if there's anything I can do to help you out, I'm right here. Even if just having my presence there is all you need. Sometimes we just need to know that somebody's with us. Sometimes we just need to know that somebody's standing by us, non-judgmental. You know what I'm saying? They see all our quirks and idiosyncrasies and shortcomings and love us anyway. They see all of our flaws, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and they love us anyway. Those people are priceless. And if you have people like that in your life, hey, cherish them and treat them well. Don't talk to them crazy out the side of your neck, because everyone does not have the resolve of self-counseling. What am I talking about? It's just like when things happen to me, like yesterday, it brought me to tears. I couldn't even enjoy my lunch. You know what I'm saying? And at my favorite place, you know what I'm saying? One of them anyway. And it's like I had to counsel myself. I had to talk to myself. I had to not justify the other person's actions, but I had to put myself in their shoes and try to see things from their perspective. Because a lot of times when people hurt us, we go on this tangent, we can go on this downward spiral, right? And just tell ourselves all kind of lies. Tell ourselves all types of things that are not true. And can really ruin a relationship, a good one that has stood the test of time of years, okay? But sometimes, and y'all know, You all know that I have to get the goodbye. Pum, gone, bye, see ya, and that's not good all the time when you disconnect from the right person. When you disconnect from the person that God has in your life, or He has you in their life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when it comes to relationships, it can be, it can be a little lopsided if you're not looking at it spiritually, if you're not looking at it through the eyes of God. There are a lot of people out here who can discount someone because they're not financially sound or financially equipped or materially blessed. And my dad and my mom, they always made sure that we were sober and down to earth, because you never know when the tables will turn. You never know when things will shift. And the very person you're stepping on today can be stepping on you tomorrow just that fast. So you have to be mindful of how you view someone, your perspective of someone, your perception of someone, because whatever it is you're thinking, your mouth is going to talk about it. Your actions are going to show it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we have people in our lives that God has made us the Navy SEAL. And Navy SEALs spiritually come in all walks and ranks. You understand what I'm telling you? There's some people, I kid you not, I've met them just as deep and spiritually and just as homeless as they could be, and they were all right with it because they understood the plan. They understood the assignment. They understood that God has them out there for a reason, for a season. And they have to comply. They have to help people that are looking down on them. They have to speak to people that spit on them and think nothing of them. They have to fight in their mind the battles, the mental battles of knowing you can do better, the mental battles of knowing you are better. But for whatever reason, this is your lot in life. And it doesn't always come down to what that individual did, even though we all wonder what did they do, wrong. You know what I'm saying? And God's thoughts are not our thoughts. God's ways are not our ways. I know when I was homeless, I helped a whole lot of people. They had way more money than I did, driving fine cars, living in fine homes. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, what the boy name? I can't think of his name. John the Baptist, okay? He wouldn't be my representative of a wonderful life in Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Out there running wild, unbathed, eating locusts. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't get my attention at all. But that's who God had chosen. That's whom God picked. And we need to be mindful of how we think of people. We need to be mindful because some people can hear your thoughts. Some people can hear you talking about them. They're nowhere around you. Everybody doesn't have that ability. That's a gift. That's a gift and a weapon and a skill. Okay? And so, a lot of times, I say all the time, I used to teach my kids this when they were small. Communication is the key. Because they would do stuff and especially my youngest one. She said, but you're my mom. You're supposed to know. No, nigga, I'm not. I'm not supposed to know everything about you. You have to reveal that to me. I don't know everything that you want. You have to talk. You're not a baby. A baby that can't talk, cry. You have to figure out, are they crying because they're sad, because they're scared, because they're hungry, because they're wet, because they're uncomfortable, because something's hurting them. You have to figure that out. But anybody that has a mouth should be able to communicate to you and not assume that you know everything that they're thinking. They should know. We should know that people can't hear our thoughts. People can't hear our feelings. Unless we do or say something we'll never know. How do you have that expectation out of someone? I don't care how long you've known them. People are ever evolving and changing. You're just a regular man. I remember this guy told me one time, I like what regular dudes like. First of all, Joker, I don't deal with regular dudes. So I don't know what a regular dude like. I have no idea. Regular dudes do not attract me at all. Okay? So, it's like, and that was a disconnect for me. And I told him, I said, I don't know what regular dudes like. And he looked at me like I was crazy. Like my life experience had me dealing with regular dudes and what regular dudes like. And all regular dudes like the same thing. Come on now. Give yourself a little bit more credit. Hell, give me more credit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn. You have to learn. You can do what you want to do, but if you want to sustain some good relationships, you're going to have to develop a vocabulary. And you're going to have to get the balls to open your mouth. And you don't have to cut nobody down intentionally to get your point across. And you know, I call it straight zero range, shoot from the hip, okay? But I've learned over the years, you know, I can say something in a way the way you understand the love that I have for you. I don't have to cut you down. Now, I can cut you down. And if you piss me off and I don't know you very well, I probably will cut you down. Okay? And that's just it. But friendly fire to someone I love and care about, never happened. You know, like Toni Braxton, she said, love should have brought you home last night. And what she's saying is, when you operate out of love, love should have put a muzzle on your mouth. Love should have stepped into your thoughts and said, wait a minute. Love shouldn't let you do that to me. Love shouldn't let you come at me like that. That's what love is to me. And I understand. Everybody doesn't have that definition of love in their mind and heart. I get it. I know no hard feelings, no love lost, you know, no judgment. And I'm just speaking today because a lot of people like, she should have known that. Maybe she should have, but she didn't. He should have known better. Maybe he should have, but he didn't. Give people the benefit of the doubt. That they were not trying to hurt you, that you were not on their radar. Give them that benefit, okay? Give yourself the benefit of being human. You made a mistake. You didn't know. And, you know, when I was growing up, one thing that used to really, sincerely, to my core, pissed me off with my siblings, all 20-some odd of them, okay? If I knew something, I knew unordinary stuff. You know, I didn't know regular stuff. I didn't know basic stuff. And they said, well, you know this, you should know that. Now, somehow or another, I skipped that class. I went on to the advanced class. But I need your help with this. I did not learn how to read a clock, not a digital clock, until I was like 13 years old. And was I 13? Maybe a little younger than that. I don't know. But it was my sister Claudine. And I'm like, she said, tell me what time it is. And she pointed to the clock on the wall. I said, I don't know what that is. She said, yes, you do. I said, no, I don't. And she goes, yes, you do. I said, no, I don't. And she looked at me and she understood I didn't know. And she took me in her arms, got her watch, and taught me how to read a clock. It took about an hour. You know what I'm saying? Some things, my learning curve is not all that great. And, you know, other siblings walking by, what y'all doing? Oh, she don't know how to tell time. They go, yes, she does. I said, no, she doesn't. Really, she doesn't. And I'll tell you all this right here. If I say I don't know something, God dog it, I don't know it. Because if I know it, I'm going to do it. There's no problem with it, okay? If I don't know how to do something, I don't care how tiny it is. I don't care how simple it is. I don't care who all else knows it. If I don't know, I am honest enough. I have no pride, no ego to say, yeah, I know it, and then try to figure out, no, nigga, I don't know it. And I hope all of this is taken because I'm talking relatively fast. But you know, if I say I don't know something, I don't know it. You might as well get ready to sit down and teach it to me. And don't expect me to learn it, what you showed me one time. Do not expect me to know it, what you telling me over and over. Don't. You the teacher. You need to develop some patience with me, okay? In some things, in some areas. And if you don't have the patience, then you don't need to be my teacher. Okay? And that's just the way I feel about it. And like I said in one of my other lives, that's how I feel about my kids' teachers. You know how many teachers I got fired? Oh, I got a lot of teachers fired. Between 2-3 kids and 3 grandkids. Yes. Because your job is to have some patience. Your job is to know how to handle your student. Your job is to know how to teach the student. And if you think for a split second. I'm going to allow you to talk to my kid any kind of way, especially to the point that they don't want to do what they're created to do anymore. My oldest daughter, to this day, has a hard time writing because someone told her she would never be a good poet. She thinks I'm a good poet. Oh yes, she was gone within 3 days, honey. Honey, you can't lead nobody. You can't teach nobody. You don't need to be speaking in front of nobody. When you destroy their dreams, when you destroy their goals, when you destroy their purpose. Those are not the type of thoughts a teacher should have, a leader should have, a speaker should have. You shouldn't be in front of nobody. That's my opinion. That's what my daddy taught me. My daddy taught Sunday school every Sunday. And as a leader, as a teacher, as the one in charge, as a boss, you need to understand the different people. Everybody's not going to be like you. Everybody doesn't comprehend like you. Everybody doesn't process the way that you do. Everybody's not having a great day. So be mindful. You have to be mindful of your thoughts. How you feel about someone. How you handle them. Because it's like this, you know. When I was growing up, and I'm going to get off this live because I feel myself getting pissed off. But when I was growing up, and my brothers and sisters would try to help me, right? And they would do it in such a condescending way. Some of them, sometimes, okay? I don't want your little funky help. Keep your help. I don't care if it's $1 million. Keep it. If you can't put no love with it, to where I understand that you love me, if you can't put no love with it, to where I feel uplifted and not cast down, keep every piece, every ounce, every grain of your help. And I'm trying to grow out of that, people. I'm trying. Okay? It's not easy. That's why I have to give the goodbye. I don't know. And maybe y'all can help me out. I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if it's just ego. I don't know if it's just plain hurt. I don't know what it is. Okay? I'm trying to figure it out. Because it's like this. If I don't get me figured out, if you don't get you figured out, you're going to sever relationships. You're going to sever opportunities. You're going to sever open doors because you don't have your feelings in control. You don't have yourself in control. And they say, opportunity only knocks once. And, I developed the belief that opportunity knocks more than once, but then even opportunity gets tired, okay? So you have to deal with how you see yourself, and you have to deal with how you see other people. You have to know how to communicate to yourself. You have to know how to decipher your own thoughts that no one can see, that no one can read. They are invisible, and only you know what they are. So I would advise you, if you know, especially, guys, you all know by now, I'm all about relationships. I'm all about connections, and I'm all about doing what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet. Okay? And it's like the last thing I need to do is die. And God said, you didn't do what I told you to do in that relationship. You didn't do what I wanted you to do with that person. You didn't do what I needed you to do on that job. You didn't reach the person that I wanted you to reach because you feel bad about them. You don't like them. You don't like the fact that they don't follow your every beck and command. They don't bow down and kiss your toes. I don't want God saying nothing like that to me. I want all my gifts, blessings, miracles, and rewards down here and up there, or wherever eternity is, okay? I want to come in shining, right? So I take a little bit more consideration when it comes to my relationships, when it comes to people I love, when it comes to people that I stop on a dime for, especially those. I'm mindful of strangers. I'm mindful of homeless. I'm mindful of down people. I'm mindful of poor people. I'm mindful of rich people. I try to be mindful because I don't know what that person's going through. They don't know what I'm going through. Okay? And we don't need to explode each other. All right? So anyway, you know, people don't hear your thoughts. And if you love them, you need to develop the vernacular that they understand. I have two different vernaculars for my oldest child and my youngest child. I talk to them totally different. They're totally different people. They came from me, both of them. But I have to talk to them in a different kind of way for them to understand what I'm saying, for it to compute. I have friends. I handle them all differently. Like my mother always told me, you can't treat everyone the same, but you can treat everyone right. And I firmly believe that. Okay? So, I know I'm a little fussy. Because of my day yesterday, I'm still dealing with the residue of it. Because I'm still unpacking it. Okay? But be mindful of your thoughts and how you feel about someone. What you think of them. And do not hear the backstory. How you really feel. Okay? So I'm going to get out of here. I got to get some work done. I love you guys more than words can ever express. Bye now.